I'm Jennifer Duker, and I lost my husband, Brian. He died by suicide April 8th, 2012. When, when the news of his death got to me, there is just no other word than just complete despair, disbelief. I got the call from the chaplain and the doctor that he was at the hospital and that he had not made it. And I just remember pleading with this doctor, and then soon realized that all of these just weeping moans and sounds were coming from the pit of my soul. And I couldn't breathe. The first time that I felt like there was just a glimmer of hope was I had gone to hear this gentleman speak, and he was standing up there speaking and laughing and joking with the audience, and he had lost his wife and his 4 kids, and I just couldn't even imagine how he could even be talking, because I certainly didn't even feel like I could put words together at that point. And that was where I had found the cornerstone of hope, where I had done my grief counseling. And between seeing this man talk and getting in touch with this grief counselor, I thought, maybe, just maybe, I have a chance. The things that were most helpful to me along the journey was my faith, absolutely my faith, because I had been through other tragedies in my life and huge adversities in my own life and with my family and friends, but nothing compared to this. And all my cards read 0. I mean, I had a just complete surrender. And so if I didn't have my faith in God, I just don't even think I would be here talking today. My friends and my family, and the ones who would just listen to me. They would let me talk about Brian. They would let me cry. They would let me scream. They would let me be angry. They would let me feel despair. They would let me ask why. They just let me be. And there were so many different things that I did that it was just like going through the motions, I guess. It was important for me to try to have some sort of routine. I went to work. I'm not even sure I remember work in that first year. I was a very involved and avid athlete, and I didn't have a lot of energy, but I would just make myself go for a run. I couldn't even get through a run without crying. And it was I would cry on the way to work. I would cry on the way home. And I would scream. I would just scream in the privacy of my own car. It was just, I would scream and plead and ask why, and, you know, but just letting myself feel the emotions, go with it, you know, allowing others to help me, counseling, my grief counseling, really saved my life, and finding others who had loved ones who died by suicide, because I had people die, but this was like no other, and it was helpful for me to be with some of those people who had been through the ringer like me, and who at one point had no hope, and they had hope again. So. The one thing that I would say to someone who has just lost a loved one to suicide is to just breathe. Just breathe. There was just these sighs from me coming out of me all of the time, because it was like I was gasping for air. So breathe and be just, I guess, to just allow yourself to grieve how you're going to grieve. There's no wrong way. And although there were so many people that wanted to tell me what to do and how to do it, I needed to find within myself what it was that I needed to start the healing journey, and to allow others to be able to grieve the way that they needed to, because so many people love Brian. There were so many people who were just so deeply affected, and we all grieved in different ways. And once I learned, and others learned, that that was okay, however that looked, then I think the healing could take place.